What the fuck? What the fuck is this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
Have a look at this.
Right there.
And I
So
said,
there you go.
and I said that I'll sign in now. Happy to sign in now.
Yeah, and that's it.
I didn't get anything.
So we're happy to sign in. They're only allowing people of a very specific archetype in these doors. It's a closed doors meeting.
We're here to attend
Archetype's the wrong word, but
a public meeting, but apparently, if you've got a ticket, because it wasn't valid.
We just said that's not with us. That's not. That's not part of this event.
Hey, what's
I've got
Diesel
my
doing
ticket.
there?
I rang up and I confirmed it, and I'm happy to sign in and give my details.
Yeah.
And I'm here to, got this in the mailbox about.
So you got this in the mail.
Look at the mailbox. It should have been a giveaway when that rocked up in the mailbox that whiteys weren't allowed.
Yeah, that's why they bought a ticket.
Look at it.
I thought there was going to be
his
lemon
name
chicken.
is Dan Angelson. Hoi.
Yes.
So is it Matt Gregg?
That's Japanese, my bad.
So I'm here to speak to him.
There you go.
And they still won't let me in to see what he's got to say.
Unbelievable. So locals are getting these in the mail, and they come here registering their name, registering their address, talking to the police, not being allowed in, closed doors.
Look at old mate. That was the business Asian. Loves a dart. He was out the front punching 2 darts at the same time, and he's heading back in now to talk about how many houses they're going to build and not have anyone in them. They're just sort of building them because that's what they have to do or they lose the land.
Penny Wong, why has Labor been restricting freedom of speech for Australians? Can you answer to that? Why weren't Australians allowed in tonight to this event? Why were only Chinese people allowed in?
Leave Penny Wong alone. She's got a bad back. So I was barely interested, but I really wish Tommy had gone because I said you should definitely go. Something might happen. It's Dan Andrews after all. So you could mouth off at him and make something happen. Yeah. And I really kind of wish he had gone now because we would have had an inside scoop. Now I want to know what they were doing there and what they were talking about. But I got a funny feeling it was about property. There'd be properties, 100%. Because for those that don't know, I've talked about it a little bit, but when I lived in Melbourne, I worked for a Chinese builder for a while doing building 2-story townhouses. It all out everywhere we built was all in that sort of area, anywhere from Springvale over to Bock Hill was where we did, and some of the places we built. So he was always building for Asian investors. Yeah. Like a year after we handed over and finished the job, they were still vacant. That's why I know about it.
Yeah,
so
that's when you learnt all about bamboo scaffolding, wasn't it?
It's when I learned about dodgy shit. And needless to say, I didn't stay working for that guy. His name was, he called himself the Lewis. He's like the Lewis. He used to ring up the hardware shop and say, "It is me, the Lewis." and they'd always go, "Oh yeah, the Lewis." So, but the irony is he became the Lewis. There is no other Lewis that does that.
And you guys were all called the News.
Yeah. Well, he called me the Wang because he didn't. He used to say to Evan, "Your boy, the Wang." Because he couldn't say Wayne, so he called me Wang, and I loved it because my name was the Wang, which is obviously, if you've ever seen me with me pants off, it's the opposite of what's going on. But it was good.
Still down though.
The business of money. So anyway, there's a lot of Penny Wong and 2 Wongs don't make a white. Jokes. But yeah, man, so it was a little bit full on and no one really knows what they're talking about, but it would have been big business and money and properties and Melbourne properties and building.
Exemption from stamp duty.
And exemptions. And of course, old Dan Andrews is in there rubbing his hands together, sticking his fucking dick in any pie that he can.
Pie being the operative word.
Pie being the operative word. So fuck that guy. And could you imagine if we set up a town meeting and we weren't politicians, we're just normal people, but it'd be worse if we were politicians. But imagine if we had a town meeting to discuss the future of our town and Asians and Indians weren't invited. Could you imagine the fucking backlash? We would be arrested for hate crimes. It just would. We wouldn't be allowed to, even if our topics weren't racist. Like if we weren't doing it, we would just no. The white community wants to get together and have a chat about some things.
Yeah, no.
Fucking hell, we'd be Nazis. We'd be all neo-Nazis. It's just it's kind of crazy, man. But you know, that's what happens when you invent language and economy and money and pretty much everything in the world. You get fucking bashed for it.
That's
so.
Well, there's another example of why our best interests aren't at heart here.
No, it's no one's interest at heart. Yeah, and it just like closed door meetings with certain races allowed is fucking weird and bad. I don't see it ever being a good thing. But anyway, here we are.